Hey, I just wanted to give an update for the ECW House Party project. First things first, my current plan is to release a beta by year's end, and I'm going to release a complete version sometime next year. The beta will have a full roster conversion and a full music conversion. There'll be some work done on the fonts and menus, and if I can get the chance, to story text and arenas, but that probably be a low priority. Reason I'm doing this is that I said that I would be done with this game by year's end, but I have a way to go. Just having the beta out there is just the right thing to do. Also, there's a programmer, SK Styles, who's been doing lots of great work on the WrestleMania 2000. He was able to add CPU logic in by default, add the super finishers in the game. He's taken out a lot of bugs. And when he's done with that and it releases his version of the ROM, I want to update all three of my WrestleMania 2000 projects, which is the ECW one, WrestleMania X, and WCW Saturday Night. Some people have also pointed out there's a problem with several characters that when you edit them in the game that they don't appear in the ROM, and that's mostly because I've used the women's spaces for those characters. In the default game, you couldn't edit the women, and there was no reason to save them. What I did is I found out that you can actually use the creator wrestler spaces and change what they have as default. So instead of having the same creator wrestler, you can make them all individual wrestlers. And so I'll be moving those characters into those spaces. And with the women's spaces, I'll probably add like managers and stuff. Like in WCW Revenge, I had like Jimmy Hart and Rick Rude who were in the game, but you couldn't like really play as them or edit them. One thing I've also did notice is I kind of misjudged the roster size, and I was going through the roster I had so far, and I kind of realized there was a lot of characters I forgot, and I hit the limit of 55 characters to add, and realized that there was those characters I want to add, like C.W. Anderson, Danny Doring, and Roadkill. And I think it was around this time I was thinking about converting it to Virtual Pro Wrestling 2. But the big problems with that is that there's a huge language barrier with that. If I use VPW Studio, I'd have to use the default ROM, and that's all in Japanese, and I'd probably get lost. There's also the problem with that game only having 10 individual songs, and to me, a big part of this CCW's project is just all the music they used in the old show back in the day, like stuff like Hype Central, having Enter Sandman, Alice in Chains, Offspring, and it just wouldn't feel the same if I used like just the same general 10 songs for each character coming in. Also, with this project, in the last couple months, I've been working a lot less on it as I would have worked before on a project. I took a new job a couple months ago, and I've been kind of putting in some extra hours to kind of get the bills paid, and I have less time, and there's a kind of lack of a motivation at the end of the day. Sometimes I kind of have to force myself up there. Little side note, there was this email I got from some guy, and all it said was in the title, "Finish the ECW mod now," and it was just nothing else, and it was just one of those things where I was kind of about to work, and it just kind of said, fuck it, and just kind of lost a lot of inspiration right there, and that night. And I just feel tired more at the end of the day, and it's just I do want to finish this though, and definitely because I promised it, and it is a project I've wanted to complete for a long time. I kind of also want to sort of touch on the situation with the Repro carts. It's one of those weird things where it's a look down on by the community, but on the other side, I mean, I've done it in the past. I've got the AliExpress, like 501 Nintendo carts and Billy consoles, so I definitely understand. What I do want to explain is the reason I go for the patch. It's mostly for legal reasons. If I kind of want to cover myself against it getting banned, since it's not officially distributing ROM, and I just don't want this project to be like shut down or anything. I did not want to place this under a paywall, and I have no intention of ever doing that. I did create a little coffee for myself, just so people can sort of drop some money. But I do get a little frustrated at times when I'm seeing like the Repro carts, and like people are like willing to pay $100 for it, and I'm kind of looking at myself, worked all day, I'm tired, I'm just paid a bunch of bills, and kind of frustrated, and especially when they can't even get the name or the label right, because it's Saturday Night, not Saturday Night Live, and the roster's WCW 94, not fucking early TNA or whatever they did. Anyways, just to get this back on a positive note again, I just want to thank the AKA modding community, because they've been very friendly with me, and they've really given me a lot of help, and I do hope to pay it forward to some other people who wanted to learn modding and stuff, give my resources out, and I want to try to start making tutorials again. I made a couple before them, but they could definitely be updated, and there's just a lot I wish I could do. And again, people like Retro Randy, Freem, SK Styles, Sir Antonic, and a lot of people I'm definitely forgetting to mention. I mean, they've helped a lot, and I just appreciate the people who've played my game, because I mean, it's just so weird, because I've made a lot of projects that really never, in wrestling terms, gotten over. But I mean, just seeing the people are reviewing it, and just and actually getting contacted by RTG85 for an interview for a book, that just still blows my mind. Anyways, I'll hope to have the ECW mod, at least a playable beta, finished by the end of the year, and see ya.